The gap for the lead then is coming significantly down as we head on to lap 5 of the race. It's Jack Mayer leading it currently from Wesley Stefano in second and Peter Macaron in third place. Someone locked up at turn 1 and Macaron's going round. So Macaron loses it from third position, loops it around through turn 2. And that has really given Wesley Stefano some breathing space. And now he can just focus on attacking Jack Mayer. Pokes to the outside at turn 4, no way through quite there. Very difficult place to overtake at, especially as Jack Mayer covered the inside. Now we're heading up the hill, and Stefano's jinking this way and that, but Mayer covers the line and says, "You're not having that." And indeed, Stefano does not have that at the moment, and Jack Mayer still leads it at the top of the hill. It certainly got close. Whoa, slight twitch there from Stefano as we look back from Jack Mayer. But Stefano was not quite able to make a move there. So Jack Mayer locks up slightly again around the centre S's. Of course, Mayer has already wrapped up the championship. These two were the title protagonists. But Mayer has already sealed the title before this race. So really, it's just down to bragging rights now. I got one win more than I would otherwise have done for Wesley Stefano. You see the sparks flying out the back of Jack Mayer's car as we head through turn 1. Leave your braking as late as you dare and then position your car so that you get the best run down the hill. There you see Macaron's tyre marks. And Stefano is right back in the slipstream here. This is where he challenged last lap. And will he be close enough to have another look this time round? I fear he won't be. Because, well he might be, because we've had a lock-up from Jack Mayer. And so nearly contact as Stefano gets right onto the rear of him. And that could have been a lot worse there. But it does mean that if Stefano can hold on around the outside, that's going to be a cracking move. Get the switch back? Not quite. Takes a look to the outside, but definitely couldn't capitalise on Mayer's mistake. Although Mayer shouldn't be making any more mistakes like that, because with someone as feisty as Wesley Stefano behind you, you never know when the pounce is going to come. And any mistake is just going to make it ever the more likely. And Wesley Stefano is just waiting the opportunity. Waiting for the opportunity like a predator. And Jack Mayer very much the prey at the moment, but sprinting like an antelope. And I fear that might not be enough, actually, as we've got the slipstream in effect again for Wesley Stefano. He does love those late jinks, doesn't he? But doesn't... Oh, he keeps it around the outside. I didn't think he was going to, but he does. And that's going to give him the inside for turn 2, although he gets too much at the curb. And there's a little swap in the middle of the corner and had to back out of that one. So Stefano still in second place. And this is very good defending from Jack Mayer. Because to hold someone off for this long definitely takes skill. And Stefano's going to have to get more creative if he wants to get this win here. We're on lap 7 now. So even further into the race. And Stefano still hasn't found a way through. Takes a wider line than Mayer through that corner at the top of the hill there, turn 5. That is a key sign of an attacking driver, just trying to get the momentum and get the car into the slipstream for a second longer and allow yourself to capitalise on any errors that the car ahead might make. And we've seen Mayer make a couple in this race so far, but seems to be keeping his head at the moment. He's pulled out a bit of a gap from Stefano on that lap, although we've seen from attacking drivers in the past that they tend to hold back for a bit after an attack. So they go for one attack, then they hold back, and then they go for another later on in the race. So he's just trying to sort of lurk behind Jack Mayer at the moment, keep the pressure on, but not fling himself at the car ahead. And well, we'll have to see what Wesley Stefano can do later on in the race. We've got a few laps remaining yet, as Stefano again takes a wider line than Mayer, and actually appears to be closer to Mayer than he was through the last sector. I can't see the sector times, but he definitely appears to be closer. And you see the cars both moving about. In fact, Mayer had a slight lock-up there into the first of the four corners of the centre S's. And Stefano is still sniffing this win here. Even though it's not for a championship position, Stefano still wants it. Possibly more than he would do before, with the disappointment of losing the championship to Jack Mayer. And now he wants a win to console himself with, and certainly on the cards here if Jack Mayer isn't careful. So Stefano back into the slipstream as we head through the final corner. You see the sparks flying as it bottoms out, and he goes for another jink to the outside. We saw him almost making this work a few laps ago, so let's see. He's got his nose ahead, actually. Oh, they almost bang wheels. He's kept it on the inside, but that's going to turn into the outside again. And indeed, Jack Mayer does keep it ahead of Wesley Stefano. But Stefano gets a good run out of turn 3. And will he poke to the inside? Nope. Mayer defends it, and Stefano is going to be forced to the outside. But that is the ideal line for the start of this corner. So let's see what sort of run Mayer gets out of it. It's a slower run than Stefano's, although the next corner is very, very fast and difficult to pass at. So no such move coming just yet. Another lock-up from Jack Mayer. He made the same mistake last lap into the first of those Senna S's, and he's done the same thing now, but again, it's a difficult place to actually challenge an overtake, and Stefano so far not allowed to make an overtake. It's a very difficult track to overtake on in the first place. Not too many straights that you can properly slipstream on. There's this one, and there's the one after the turns 1, 2 and 3 complex. But then the rest of the track is tight and twisty and very fast as well. But Stefano definitely attacking now. Oh, he poked to the inside, and he's switching to the outside very, very late. He wasn't entirely sure which way he wanted to go there. And if I was him, I would have kept my nose on the inside there, because he certainly seemed to have it. But Stefano back in the slipstream and has a very good run. Oh, has to really back out of that one there. Very nearly tagged the rear tyre of Jack Mayer's car on the exit of turn 3. And now he goes to the inside. So Stefano darts to the inside, but it's not quite going to work, because as I said, around turn 4, the entrance of the corner is very much an outside-inside. And that makes Mayer's line better than Stefano's there. And Mayer again keeps the position. He's held him off for 8 minutes now. 8 minutes they've been properly nose to tail for. And still no move coming from Wesley Stefano. He's certainly been trying and trying, but Jack Mayer has just been holding him off this entire time, as he has been for what I've seen of the championship. As we head out into the back part of the circuit. And I don't think that Stefano is going to have quite as much of a slipstream as he did last time around. Mayer certainly had less of a gap to Stefano behind last time around. But, of course, that does not mean that Stefano has given up. Because when it comes to fighting for a race win, no one gives up. And especially not Wesley Stefano. Now, through turn 3, out onto the curb, and Stefano is getting even bigger, very, very big in the rear, the rear camera of Jack Mayer's car. But again, forced to the outside of turn 4. And I say that the outside is the ideal line through there, but not when you're on the outside in the braking zone. Then there's no way through, really. And Stefano not able to find a way through yet. He certainly had a few challenges, but that's another one that hasn't worked. I think if I was counting, it would probably be up to about 6 or 7 now. So is anything going to work at all? Certainly had a jink out there, actually, in the penultimate corner, which is a move that we haven't seen done yet. And that would certainly be an ambitious one if he were to properly attempt it. It was more of just a kind of show myself to your mirrors kind of attempt. Now he's got the inside line down into turn 1. This is his best attack yet. Let's see if he can make it stick. He does, but does he get it slowed down in time? He does. So after all of these laps of trying, pretty much 8 laps, he has found his way through at last. But Mayer is back to the outside again with a better run out of turn 3. Although Stefano is going to have the inside line now, and they have completely swapped positions, because now it's Stefano who must demonstrate his defence, and Mayer who will go on the attack. And I tell you what, both of them did a very good job at both of those positions last time, but the other way round. So let's see what they can do in this formation. Well, Stefano's gone defensive into the centre S's, and Mayer definitely taking the more attacking line. This is what I was talking about. It's wide in, tight out if you're attacking, tight in, wide out if you're defending, and you can see the difference between the body language of the two cars here, as Stefano even feels the need to defend into the penultimate corner. Now that shows just how close Mayer is, because the penultimate corner is not an overtaking spot usually. So Jack Mayer definitely putting the pressure on Wesley Stefano here, as Stefano has to go defensive down towards turn 1, and Mayer is back on the outside line, and we've seen this almost working for Wesley Stefano twice, although he hasn't quite managed to get quite as much alongside Wesley Stefano as Stefano did to him. He's in the slipstream though, definitely in the slipstream, and pokes to the outside line, but again, that's not a move we've seen working. Tries to get the switch back though, and this might well work, because now he has the inside line, and now as they head up towards turn 5, they are properly side by side. Mayer possibly has his nose ahead, and they're going side by side through one of the trickiest, fastest and most dangerous corners on the track, and Stefano has a twitch. That could have been very, very bad. Certainly makes everyone involved's heart race, including mine, and that was very, very hairy. But luckily they've both made it through there, as Mayer goes on his attack again, taking that attacking line that I've been talking about for this entire time, and he pokes to the outside of Wesley Stefano's car. Again, that's just a case of showing himself to Stefano's mirrors. It was just a speculative look, as we head on to one of the final tours of the lap, the final lap of the race rather, lap 14, and Mayer is having to go properly defensive. Where's Stefano? Stefano's having to go properly defensive. Where's Mayer? And it's still that way around, so it hasn't changed there, as Stefano was just allowed to keep the inside line through turn 1, and Mayer is going to have to try something else. What about this, as we head down into turn 4 for the final time? Not there, but will he get the switchback that he did last lap? No. Wesley is wiser to it than he was last time round. Now as we head up the hill, Mayer is going to have a look to the outside line. Oh, Stefano's left is braking very late. He's running over the grass. He's in the wall. And that did not sound like a healthy impact. And Jack Mayer takes the lead of the race. And watch this as he comes through the final corner of the race to win it. So Wesley Stefano, unfortunately, has lost the race on the final lap because of an unfortunate error, as he just left his braking slightly too late. And that is a big shame, but a great win and some great defending and attacking from Jack Mayer there.